Okay, learning how to use this camera. Anyways, I just wanted to do a kind of a follow-up. I did a video yesterday about what I consider like Paleolithic primal food eating survival. Just in case there's an economic collapse, some sort of chaos in the streets, the dollar is, no longer valid or worth anything, and how to prep. And most of the prepping that I see is pretty much conventional food, rice, beans, MREs, whatever, stocking up on stuff. And it is my theory that that is an unhealthy lifestyle. People are going to go from eating, a more varied, wholesome diet to rice and beans. I mean, how are we expected to survive once the adrenaline's died down? So my thought is to stock up on more healthy, if less conventional foods. So one of the things that is a survival food if you're in America or like America or whatever, from America, one of the biggest survival foods of our history is slippery elm. And, at this time I put it in my yogurt, or if I have oatmeal. I don't eat oatmeal anymore, but if I did eat oatmeal, I would put it in there. And this is a survival food. And one thing to keep in mind is if you're ever in a survival situation with very little food, well, first, if you're in a survival situation, like seriously, like stranded on a plane or whatever, you should actually avoid eating food if you lack water, because you're going to get more dehydrated by eating, and water is more of a primary concern than food. And there's always a line of like, when do you do need food if you got to get off a mountain or whatever. But anyways, food for thought. So anyways, I just wanted to recommend some alternatives if you're going to do a more autoimmune friendly diet, because greens and beans and legumes, they're hard on your gut and they're hard on your immunity. So anyways, I recommend the slippery elm, our good friend slippery elm. I just bought some herbs like ginger root. That's a nice kind of warming kind of thing. Here I have some milk thistle seed, which is good for your liver. Dried fruit, dried cranberries, dried Brazil nuts. These are high in selenium, which is really important. Like if there's ever some, like right now with Fukushima, the fallout or whatever, you should consider finding some source of iodine and taking iodorol. Now, what I've noticed taking, and the thing is, you got to consider if there is some sort of crisis that's going to go on. If you're going to have to start taking vitamins, you got to understand that you might have some sort of reactions, positive or negative. And more importantly, if you have any negative reactions, like taking iodine can be cause a detox. And for me, it makes me very tired and irritable. And it definitely improved once I started taking a couple selenium a day, because these are like 700 milligrams or something of selenium. Anyways, so cosmetic clay. This is bentonite clay. Or I guess it's called, so it's bentonite clay. Something that we need to remember is our ancestors regularly did a spring cleanse. They did a parasite cleanse in the spring. Because, people were hunting squirrel and deer and rabbit and whatever. And so it was important to clean the gut. And our ancestors knew more about cleaning the gut, doing like colonics and stuff like that with reeds and whatnot. And that's something we lost, and of course we're paying the price with cancer and diabetes and all that good stuff. So anyways, it's good to stock up on something like this, bentonite clay. You can use it on your hands and your skin, your feet. If you have a bug bite or something like that, then you can use it internally, and it's supposed to leach out toxins. You can watch my other videos about how that turns out. Also, something that I think is important is, this is Triphalia. It's called Tri-Cleanse, but It's based on ancient Ayurvedic East Indian formula, and it's good for cleaning the gut. And so I take these two. I take some bentonite and Triphalia together. Something else that's good too, and something that's good is if, let's say initially, you're low on food, or let's say there is a crash and things are difficult. Maybe you have some food stocked up, maybe you don't. Do a cleanse if you can. If you can afford to just lie low, rest a lot, do a cleanse, for a day or two. And if there's no kind of crisis, you don't have to run anywhere. It's just good to kind of clear things out, because you'll benefit. You'll feel better emotionally because your body's detoxed. Something else good, just all around kind of thing. Unpasteurized apple cider vinegar. I'm not an expert on it, but apparently it's good for 1,000,001 things. Just get unfiltered, raw, unpasteurized apple cider vinegar. And so something else. Anchovies, sardines. These, if you're in the Paleo, Primal food community, these are great things. And if you're into like Paul Pitchford and Whole Foods eating, this is great because this is the whole animal, the tail to nose, and there's all sorts of vitamins concentrated all throughout the body. And when we just eat muscle meats, with maybe organ meats every once in a while, you're not getting the complete nutrition. So anchovies, sardines, herring, those are the beginning of the food chain, so they don't have a lot of toxins and they're very nutritious. So, stock up on that. Also, I think it's important, I use this sea salt. If there's ever going to be a crisis, you really do want to have a good store of salt. You could use it as a barter item. And maca root is one of my things. I mean, these are just ideas of things to have around. Elderberry. It's a nice dark berry. I really like the taste. And nettle. I got some nettle root. So, I just make teas from it. Speaking of tea, I think it's good to have, have a lot of a variety of teas, you never know when that's what you'll need. I really like, this is cinnamon, and I know it looks all big and chunky. It's absolutely delicious. I put it with my yogurt. Goji berries. These are, supposedly a superfood. And I can't really tell, but, safflower is actually, I just recently learned it's high in hydrochloric acid, and I have actually been using safflower and apple cider vinegar with some aloe gel, and what I do is I soak the apple cider vinegar, or soak the safflower in the apple cider vinegar, and mix it with aloe, and it helps reduce bad case of athlete's foot. Something else I think is handy is Progreen. I know serious autoimmune paleo folks might not do Progreen because it may have grass inside, but find what it works for you. I think it's kind of handy just as a backup. Also, I wonder, gelatin. I've heard that gelatin is actually derived from the stuff that MSG is made out of. Whatever. Coconut is good. Kudzu root is also really good, and this is it helps you detox. When you use it, don't use too much. Like use maybe a teaspoon a day, maybe a few teaspoons a day. But you need to soak it in water before you put it in with whatever, if it's tea or soup or a pudding or something like that. It's a thickener, and it's great to supposedly help you cope with detoxing, or if you